The Navara Pro 4X is one of the most affordable and I think one of the better looking top-of-the-line pickups in its class. It's been a while though since this was launched. Is it still worth your money in 2023? Let's find out.
I feel like modern pickups have some of the toughest job requirements in the automotive world. They have to be rugged enough to haul cargo or go off-road occasionally, but they also have to be refined and offer you modern creature comforts. So they have to be jack of all trades essentially. Like most modern pickups, the Navara Pro 4X is a jack of all trades, but thankfully, it's not a master of none. It excels at least two things. In this video, we're gonna go in depth into the Navara Pro 4X, and we'll talk about what sets it apart in this segment.
The Pro 4X exudes a macho and American look to it, thanks mostly to this huge and boxy grille. On the Pro 4X, this is finished in matte black. On lower variants, it is finished in chrome. You also get the Navara badge over here, which you don't get on the lower variants. Now, like the lower variants, the Pro 4X also comes with these quad LED projector headlamps, and you also get LED fog lamps down here. And it may look like it has a steel skid plate, but that is actually made of plastic. If you want underbody protection though, there are plenty of aftermarket options for the Navara. Now, the tires are the only points of contact of a vehicle with the ground, so their importance cannot be understated. Especially if you drive your vehicle at the extremes, like if you do occasional off-roading. The Pro 4X comes with these Yokohama Geolandar all-terrain tires. Now, of all the pickups in its class, this has the most aggressive tread pattern. You also have this aggressive tread pattern on the shoulders, which would definitely help if you're driving over mud, loose soil, or rocky surfaces. Now, I've tried driving highway terrain tires on mud, and trust me, it was not ideal.
Nagsaslide na yung kanyang gulong.
Puro na ng putik yung gulong niya, so wala na traction.
Ano gagawin yan? Oops!
So all-terrain tires and mud-terrain tires tend to have wider and deeper grooves, while highway terrain tires have shallower grooves. Now, those shallow grooves tend to get filled with mud quickly, and when they get covered in mud, it's like you're riding on slicks. The more aggressive tread pattern of all-terrain tires tend to bite better on surfaces with loose traction, and they don't get inundated by mud as quickly.
Now that the Ranger Raptor and the FX4 Max are no longer in the market, I think the Pro 4X is the best off-road pickup out of the factory without modifications in the market, and that's mostly thanks to these tires. The Pro 4X gets 17-inch wheels finished in gloss black. Now, as for the suspension, you get double wishbones at the front, but at the back you get something a bit more special. The rear suspension is what sets the Navara apart from the other pickups in its class. The Navara is the only pickup that comes with coiled springs instead of leaf springs at the back, so in theory, it should ride better than most pickups in its class. The springs of the updated Navara have a variable spring rate, so it's soft when it's not loaded, but as you compress it, it gets stiffer. And that's how the Navara Pro 4X has a payload capacity that matches its competitors. So this has a payload capacity of about 1,000 kilograms, which is almost the same as the other pickups in its class. The Navara is one of the smallest pickups in its class, but looking at it, you can't tell because it looks so macho and so muscular. You got these protruding fenders over here. You have these matte black fender moldings with these orange accents at the top. It gets power folding side mirrors with repeaters. We got a functional roof rack. This has a smart locking system, so you can lock or unlock the vehicle without having to get the key out of your pocket. You'll just have to press this button over here to lock or unlock the vehicle. This also comes standard with mud flaps and a step board. You get a Pro 4X decal on the side of the bed. You get a body colored rear bumper with rear parking sensors, LED tail lamps. The Nissan logo of the Pro 4X is blacked out.
Unlike the Strada Athlete 4x4, the D-Max LSE 4x4, and the BT50 4x4, the Navara Pro 4X comes with an assisted liftgate. Now, as mentioned before, Payload capacity is about 1,000 kilograms. The bed is the smallest in the segment, but not by much. Like the Navara VL4x4, the Pro 4X also gets adjustable tie-down points.
The engine of the Navara Pro 4X is unchanged from the pre-facelift models. This is still a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged diesel engine. So it puts out 190 horsepower, which is a bit less than the Hilux 2.8 and the Ranger bi-turbo. The engine is coupled to a 7-speed automatic transmission. I wish the Navara got the updated interior of the Terra, because this looks quite dated. You have this huge chunk of plastic of a dashboard. So this is entirely made of hard plastic over here. You get cup holders next to each side air vent, one over here and one over there. And you also get 2 cup holders down here. So the sidings are also made of hard plastic. Thankfully you get leather wrapped armrest over here, and this is also leather wrapped. The seats are also leather wrapped, and you get Pro 4X badging on them. They're both manually adjustable though. You get a leather wrapped steering wheel, and I think this is my favorite part of the car's interior. You get this T-shaped design which looks modern and kind of sporty. And the Nissan logo on the Pro 4X is also blacked out with orange Nissan lettering. You get buttons on the steering wheel for your infotainment screen and also for your multifunction screen at the center. The steering wheel tilts, but it doesn't telescope. The screen is actually pretty decent. It's not the biggest in its class, it's only 8 inches, but the resolution is quite okay. And it looks well integrated into the dashboard. You also get physical knobs and buttons over here, which is always appreciated. You get dual zone climate control, 2 USB ports here at the front, and one of them is a USB-C port, which is underneath the center armrest. You get hill descent control, you get a locking rear differential, you get one 12-volt outlet over here, and you actually get another one on top of the dashboard, which is very useful if you want to install a dash cam. Space here at the back is adequate for a person of my size. I'm 5'8". Yeah, so I have approximately 3.5 inches of headroom. In terms of toys, you have 2 air vents, you have one USB port over here, some storage over here. You have a foldable armrest with 2 cup holders. Now, driving the Pro 4X, you're always reminded that you're driving a truck. Quite a bit of diesel clatter enters the cabin, which may not be a bad thing if you like the sound of diesel clatter. It really makes you feel like you're driving a big, hulking, macho truck. The steering is heavier than the Ranger. This still comes with a hydraulic steering system. It's not bad though, especially when you're moving. The visibility is quite good in the Navara. You do get a good sense of where the front of your vehicle is. And it feels narrower than the Ranger. You're not constantly afraid of hitting the car next to you with your side mirror. It just feels like it wraps around you better than the Ranger. Now, in terms of ride quality, this is one of the selling points of the Navara. I think it's definitely better than the Hilux. A bit better than the D-Max. Compared to the Ranger, just from memory, I think the Ranger rides a bit better than the Navara. Okay, so on the highway, NVH levels are acceptable. So this has acoustic glass like the Terra, so you're well insulated from outside noise. There's not much wind noise. Tire noise is also quite acceptable, which is impressive considering that you have all-terrain tires. But the most obvious sound here is the engine, which can be quite audible above 1,500 RPM.
The Navara Pro 4X has blind spot monitoring. It has rear cross traffic alert, forward collision warning, and mitigation. So it's almost complete when it comes to ADAS. The main thing that's missing is adaptive cruise control. As for fuel economy, it got about 16.7 kpl on the highway and about 9 kpl in the city.
So this has 190 horsepower, which is about the same as the D-Max and a bit less than the Ranger. But this is lighter than both vehicles.
Its 0 to 100 time is a fraction of a second slower than the Ranger by turbo. It has more than enough power for hauling cargo or overtaking on a twisty uphill mountain road. On twisty roads, there is significant body roll, which is expected from a body-on-frame pickup, but it's never disconcerting. The Navara Pro 4X doesn't feel awkward in the city. It's quite good on the highway. It's passable on twisty mountain roads. But on dirt roads like this, it definitely feels at home. The soft rear suspension allows you to drive over rough roads at a decent speed without feeling like you're gonna break your back. And on muddy roads like this, you have plenty of tools at your disposal to make sure that you make it through.
So when you're going over muddy terrain like this, definitely having a 4x4 system, having a differential lock, and having these all-terrain tires would definitely help.
The Navara Pro 4X sells for 1.81 million pesos. It is the most affordable, top-of-the-line pickup in its class. It may not have the best-looking interior or the best NVH levels, but for those who want to get into off-roading, the Pro 4X currently is your best option out of the box because of the all-terrain tires. In terms of ride quality, it is one of the best. It is right up there with the Ranger Wildtrak 4x4. Maybe not better than the Ranger, but the Ranger is also much more expensive. It also gets Nissan's 5-year warranty. The Navara Pro 4X may not be the newest kid on the block, but it still has plenty to offer.